Alright guys, so I was originally going to watch this last week on Thursday, but my mom and my dad wanted to watch it, so I did go see Ocean's 8. I was editing the movie day for this, and I realized how quickly, how rushed it was. Mainly because I was running late. Every time I go with my parents, I always run late. So I'm sorry about that, but at least the review is going to be complete, so that's a good thing about this. So yeah, let's move on to the review. So in Ocean's 8, Danny Ocean, who is played by George Clooney in the original Ocean movies, his sister, Debbie Ocean, is released from a 5-year sentence from prison, and all these 5 years she has been planning on stealing a necklace that's worth more than $150 million at a Met Ball. So therefore, she must assemble a group of very sharp and very smart women who can help her pull this off. Now, like I said, George Clooney and Sandra Bullock, they're in this Ocean's universe. They're related. A lot of people thought that this was a Ocean's remake. It's not really a remake, more of a reboot / sequel, because again, it takes place in the same exact universe that the other Ocean's movies took place in. So I'm gonna be honest with you, I only just saw the first Ocean's 11 movie for the very first time the other day, and I really liked that movie. It's directed by Steven Soderbergh, who also directed the sequels, and he directed that movie Logan Lucky that came out last year. Kind of overrated movie, but I thought Logan Lucky was a good movie. But he does serve as producer in this movie. And with that being said, Ocean's 8, when it comes to its story, it's different, yet it kind of feels like a cookie cutter of the original movie. It feels like, I mean, I'm not saying it's the same thing. It's a different story, different characters, different twists and turns. Just that when you really put it together, it really does kind of feel like a cookie cutter version of the original movie. But again, this movie is still being its own thing. The director of this movie, Gary Ross, was still able to deliver us a good and fun enough story for us to enjoy. The story in this movie is always straightforward, and nothing really distracts from the story, which I love, because I feel like when there's something distracting away from the original story, it just takes you out of the movie. This movie never really does that, because from when the movie begins, they're already planning this heist, and it just goes like that throughout the movie till, of course, the last act, where they already have everything planned out, and they, of course, go ahead and they decide to go to the Met Ball and actually do the heist. So that's always a plot, and this is a 2-hour movie, and for a 2-hour movie to nearly just focus on just one plot for two whole hours, that's just great. The casting here, I thought the casting was brilliant. It's a all-female leading cast, of course, but I mean, we have Sandra Bullock, Cate Blanchett, Anne Hathaway, Sarah Paulson, Mindy Kaling, Rihanna, and of course we have many more other cast members in this movie. And for this movie to have 8 primary main characters, this movie has a spotlight on each one of these characters. Every one of these characters each have their moment in the spotlight, which I love, because usually when it comes to a movie that has this many people, this many cast members in it, it's not that every cast member is each going to have their moment. Like, most of them are just pushed off to the side. No, not here. Here in this movie, all the characters, they don't feel useless at all. They're all very useful. You know why they're there, and you just really do end up liking them, and you really do end up buying their chemistry together. Like, some of the introductions to some of these characters could feel rushed sometimes, but it's not really a big deal. But I have to mention this, the introduction to Sandra Bullock's character, her being the main character of this movie. I thought that introduction to her in the very beginning of the movie on how she actually steals all these stuff, I thought it was a great way to just set up her character. I thought it was fantastic. To a degree, I never really found myself any suspense while watching this movie, whereas in the first Ocean's 11 movie, I did feel a little bit of tension and a little bit of suspense when they were pulling off the heist. But in this movie, it just was kind of absent, and I'm really disappointed that it was. But again, there was just something about this movie that made me really interested in this story and very interested in these characters. It's probably because, again, the characters are interesting, the story is interesting, because again, it's just 2 hours of them planning this heist and them actually trying to pull it off. And with that being said, I also thought the writing was good in this movie. So in the end, this movie was a very well thought out movie. It had a great cast that all have great chemistry, and overall, as the heist film, I was satisfied, and it really left me wanting more. And you know that there should be a sequel happening for this movie, and whenever we get Ocean's 9, if that's what's going to be called, I mean, it would make sense for them to call it Ocean's 9. I'm down. I'm down for a sequel to this movie. I'm totally down. Yeah, not a perfect movie, but a really fun movie. Definitely a great way to kickstart the month of June. And yeah, it's a movie that I would recommend on a matinee, definitely. And I'm gonna give Ocean's 8 a B. I really wanted to give this one a B plus just because of how surprising this movie really was. But for now, I'm settling with a B, mainly because I don't like. There are times where I give a movie a higher grade than I think that I'm supposed to, and I regret it. Like Justice League, I give it a B plus. Now after watching it again, goes down in quality. But who knows? Maybe after a rewatch, I'm gonna go watch this again next week with my cousin, and if I do enjoy this movie a lot more, then I'll probably raise it up to a B plus. But for now, this is a B, a solid B. I really do recommend this movie. It's a really fun movie. Yeah, have you guys seen Ocean's 8? Have you guys seen it? What did you guys think about it? Would you guys mind seeing another sequel? Let me know in the comment section down below. As always, thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.